sentence kind of works. It does have mermaids. Hello, my name is Lola. Welcome to my corner. Today I wanted to do something different. So I'm giving you guys 2 book recommendations based on each aesthetic. One of the recommendations will be a book I have already read, and the other one will be a book I have not read, but I trust that it has a good vibe. So those recommendations will be very questionable. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so for our first aesthetic, we have dark academia. I feel like this is very fitting because dark academia is also like a book aesthetic too, and that's where we have our first book. So our first book is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. It is an amazing book. I have read it. I have read the first and the second book. I have not read the third, but I have really loved the first and the second book. It is really an amazing series. So this book has a Goodreads rating of 3.93, and it is perfect to cure your catabasis hangover. I mean, first of all, I know none of you guys like catabasis. I know that I'm very much alone in the catabasis fun club, but it is a book I really love. I was actually going to put it as a recommendation, but then I knew you would be very pissed at me if I did, because no one likes this book besides me. So I am putting A Deadly Education, but if you did happen to like catabasis, you will also like this one. It is a very interesting book. It has like a magical school, but not in the like nice, cute way that you guys are expecting a magical school. It is a very cutthroat magical school. And one of the things that made me be very interested in this book was because when I was about to get onto it, some people said that this book really talks about privileges and how some people don't even notice how their privileges are like boosting them up, and how hard it is to not have those privileges, and how sometimes people believe that they just can like do everything based on merit and based on like how much you want it, but that is not the case. So this book it's not necessarily I mean, I haven't read the final one, but it's not necessarily political in the way that you would expect it to be political, but it is political in the way that it carries a very nice message. So I do feel like this one is a very strong dark academia book. So the second book I have for the dark academia vibe is also one that I have not read, but I trust it to be good. I mean, not read is a little bit deceiving. I did read a little bit of it, and it's not that the book was boring and I stopped, because I stop a lot of books. Most of the times because I forget they exist. I mean, just for context, I have about 500 books in my house. So sometimes I put a book in a place and it completely disappears. Like sometimes I have a hard time finding the book I'm currently reading. So sometimes I just lose books. And this was what happened with this one. So now I actually have it in a very like obvious position so I don't lose it again. But this book, I have read the beginning of it and I found it to be very interesting. I know it also has dark academia magic vibes, but in a different way from the Scholomans trilogy. This one is a duology, and I feel like this one also has something really nice. It is written by Leigh Bardugo. If you guys don't know, she was the one that wrote Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows, so she's a very beloved author. And this one is a little bit different from the other books that she has done, as this one is modern. It's about Yale, so it is a little bit of a modern take from her. I'm really excited to get to it, and I just trust this book has, I mean, not necessarily good vibes, I think it has bad vibes, but like in the dark bad vibes, not like in the book is bad vibes. So this book has a Goodreads rating of 4.0. It's one of the highest of the list of books I have, and it won the Goodreads Choice Awards in 2019. So I mean, I trust it. So our second aesthetic is cottagecore, and I feel like it's kind of impossible not to talk about cottagecore and think about fairies. I know that fairycore exists, but cottagecore gives me a little bit of like tiny little fairies drinking from like sitting in mushroom tables and drinking from teacups made of petals. I don't know. Cottagecore brings me a little bit of a fairy vibe, but I didn't want to bring something that's very obviously fairy related. So I brought a book that I'm pretty sure you guys have not been recommended, at least in a while, because it is an old book. And I know it's not standard romantasy, it's actually more just fantasy, but I attest to this book. So the book I have for Cottagecore is The Wee Free Man. I mean, I know, it is very old. I mean, even this one is very old. But this is a classic, okay? First of all, it's a Terry Pratchett. And if you have not read Terry Pratchett, what are you doing? What are you doing? The man's a legend. He's actually a lord, a sir. He has a title, okay? I don't know how that works, but he's really good. And he has a bunch of fantasy books that are like very, very funny, very cozy. And The Wee Free Man is the start of my favorite series of his, which is the Tiffany A. King series, which is about a witch that's not a witch in the way you would expect a witch to be. So this book has everything you could possibly want. It has slander on lawyers. It has like a young YA protagonist. It is very charming. It has sheep. It has a lot of Scottish vocabulary. That is actually hard. This book is very Scottish, but it is very cozy. So I feel like if I was in a cottage in the woods, I would want to read this again because I love this book. And as though I feel like a lot of people in the romantasy world would not maybe be inclined to read older fantasy books because I guess we are kind of used to like some tropes and some things that we are in love with. But I can tell you guys, this book is really funny. It still is really funny and it still is really good. So my recommendation for Cottagecore would be The Wee Free Man. So this book has actually a 4.3 rating on Goodreads, which is really good. It is not a trilogy. It has a bunch of books. It has like 6. I don't know. Terry Pratchett, he just kept on. He never stopped. The man couldn't take a break. But it is perfect as like a cozy read. And if you have never read Terry Pratchett, I know everyone says starts with The Color of Magic, but this is also a very good start to Terry Pratchett. So Cottagecore, The Wee Free Man. Now, continuing on my fairy cottagecore vibe, I wanted to bring for my second recommendation, of course, a book I haven't read, but my friends won't shut up about it, which is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Again, fairy themed. I don't know, this book just screams cottagecore. Like, it has little flowers and mushrooms and twigs all over it. Like, I don't know, it has a vibe. So it has good energy, okay? Most of the people that I've met that read this book said that they love it. They're very obsessed with it. A few people found it boring, but most people said that they really liked it. Some people said that they don't really like the second one. It is a trilogy, it has 3 books, but I've heard like raging good reviews on it. It is 3.93 on Goodreads. And like, my friends are obsessed with it, so I need to get on it. But this is my cottagecore recommendation based on vibes and the cute cover. Okay. Now, the aesthetic I have for you guys is mermaid core, which, okay, first of all, I'm gonna go on a stretch here. I'm gonna go on a stretch for mermaid core. But this is how you guys know that I write my own scripts. This is how you guys know my video is real. Like, this is how you know that this is from the heart, okay? For my mermaid core recommendation, I have The Crow Prince. Okay, but technically, okay, in the second book, there is like water, okay? Water is a thing that happens in this book, and mermaids live on water, and I'm pretty sure there are like mermaid-like creatures in book 2. So I mean, it's a stretch, but if you haven't read The Crow Prince, what are you doing? Like, it is an amazing book. So The Crow Prince is a 4.0 review on Goodreads, and it also won Goodreads Choice Awards in 2018. It is not a standalone, it is a trilogy, but it is an amazing book. So if you haven't read The Crow Prince, Doesn't matter if you like mermaid core or not, you should read it. And also, if you are my boyfriend and you are watching this, you should read it too, because I know you are not reading this book. This is also a dig at you. Why are you not reading The Cruel Prince? So I feel like The Cruel Prince is a recommendation for everyone. It doesn't matter if you are into mermaids or not, you should be reading this book. I don't even know like what I could possibly say about it. It is very much a classic. It is YA, but it is very interesting. It is not super childish, but it's also not extremely dark. But it has like a very nice blend of like having the fae be like interesting. I really like the fae in this book particularly. I feel like all out of like the 100,000s of books we have that have faes, it is also written by Holly Black, and she is amazing. She wrote the Spiderwick Chronicles too, which was one of my favorite movies when I was like 12. So this is a really nice book, and I should read it. Okay, now I actually do have a good recommendation that fits the theme. I just haven't read it. For my mermaid core recommendation, I have Fathom Folk by Eliza Chan. First of all, this book is gorgeous. It is an East Asian mythology inspired book, which also fits the theme of the month, because we are doing AAPI, which is Asian American Heritage Month. So we are doing it, and this one fits both themes. So I know it doesn't have mermaids also in the traditional Western sense of mermaids, but it has like mythological creatures, and I've heard nice things about this. It has a 2.98 Goodreads review, and it is a duology. So if you are looking to get something with East Asian mythology, which I know there are not a lot of books that go that route, I mean, I can't say it is a good book because I haven't read it, but I do want to, and I feel like that is enough. Okay. I have too many books. If I say I want to read something, I feel like that is valid. My second to last aesthetic, I I am a victim of my own scripts. I just wrote baddie. Is baddie even an aesthetic? What could I possibly have meant with that? I will think of something and I will edit it in, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. But if you're a baddie, either way, if you dress like a baddie or not, the recommendation I have for you is The Desert Air. Okay, have I finished this book? Technically, no. I am at page 147. But I am obsessed with this book. Okay, I am really, really, really obsessed with this book. It is Egyptian inspired, which, like, first of all, that's already like, okay, I'm hearing it's Egyptian inspired, but it is not like, I guess, what people usually go for when it is traditional. When we say something is Egyptian inspired, this is actually wrote by Sarah Hassan, and she is American Egyptian author. And this book has something really interesting that I've heard people actually talk poorly about. This book has words in Arabic, and I've heard some people be really upset about it, which I don't understand, because fantasy books always had made up words, but now that it is a real language, people are upset about it. I didn't find the words to be particularly hard. Like, sometimes they are like traditional Egyptian cuisine, things like abayas, like it is a type of dress. It seemed like really obvious to me. I mean, I do have a little bit of a connection to the language. I do have a connection to Arabic, because my boyfriend is Arab. So I do speak a little bit of Arabic, not enough, definitely not enough to say anything at all. But I do have a little bit of a connection with the language, which was actually one of the reasons that I actually, some friends do not shut up about this book too. This and Emily Wilde has been loud in my ears, but I get it. I do love it. It is basically has this Arab inspired world. There is a river that crosses all of it. There are like different kingdoms, and the kingdom of Jazad, which is the kingdom that burned down. And we have the Jazad Heir. She's the main character, and she is a Betty. There is an incessant pounding that I'm not going to be able to edit out. I love my neighbors so much. Anyway, Jazet Air is a 4.07 on Goodreads, and it was nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards. It didn't win, but it was nominated, and it is very loved. It is a duology, and it is complete. Also, that is really nice to know. So I feel like this is a good recommendation if you are a baddie or you dress like a baddie. Now, the next recommendation I have is also, I've heard, like a very interesting badass book. It has a similar vibe to Jazet Air. They are usually like talked about as having the similar vibe. This is An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. I've heard that this book is really, really interesting. I believe it has like kind of like a Roman gladiator inspired vibe. Apparently there are like slaves that fight, and it seems to be like really, really interesting. The reviews are a little bit mixed. Some people said it was boring, but this is the thing. I don't trust reviews that says that books are boring, because I feel like a book has to be really boring for me personally to consider it boring. And I don't know, like I feel like whenever I read something by R.F. Kuang, everyone says, oh, that book is boring. And I'm like, did we read the same book? So I feel like saying a book is boring maybe just means that you didn't got into it, and that is okay. But the people that loved it said that it was really interesting, like really like a page turner, and they were excited. This book also has 1,000,000 books. It has 4 books in the series, and it has a 4.23 Goodreads rating, which is actually the highest of all of those books. Of course, the Goodreads ratings, they can change depending on how little or how much people put their ratings in, and there are people that put horrible ratings to amazing books, but it is something that made me interested in it, that it has like such a high rating on Goodreads. So I do want to read it. It is on my list, so maybe I'll get onto it after Jazet Air. For our final aesthetic, I wanted to bring vampire core. Okay, Lola, isn't this being goth? Maybe. I don't know. It's not my vibe, it's not my aesthetic. But anyway, vampire books, okay. If you're a goth and you like vampires, or if you're a vampire core girly, that is not necessarily goth. Can't vampires be like light vampire? I don't know. Edward doesn't dress like a traditional goth vampire. I mean, vampire core. It's a thing. It's a real thing. And of course, for my first recommendation, I am bringing Dracula. Okay, hear me out. This is the blueprint. You can't go wrong with the blueprint. And you must be thinking, Lola, you haven't finished this book. Technically, I haven't. I am about 30 pages away from finishing. Why didn't I finish it? Is it because the book is boring? No, because this book cursed me, which is a story I will tell in detail in one of my next videos when I finally finish this book. This book is very old, so in reading it, I was turning pages, and I guess I touched my eye, and I got a horrible eye infection, like horrible. It was, my eye was so swollen, and like my eyebrow was perpetually up. And then I fell onto the ground. There was like, and then my curtains fell from the basically a bunch of very weird things happened in sequence. And then my boyfriend was like, maybe this book is cursed, maybe you should stop reading it. I am not sure if this version of the book is cursed or if Dracula is cursed, but either way, I don't care. I will finish it. I don't care if I get another eye infection or if I fall to the ground again, because this book is amazing. Okay, it is the Vampire Blueprint, and some people say it is boring. This one I do get it, because this book is made in a letter format. So instead of having the story pan out to you, you have to read letters. I feel like if you are not used to this type of reading, it can get boring, but I feel like you just have to put some whimsy into it and imagine that you are like reading those letters and trying to put things together, and then I feel like it gets interesting. You need to be like in an investigation vibe. And then Dracula is amazing. It is page turning. It gives you the heebie-jeebies, especially if you read it at night. Even though it is old, it's gonna get you in the mood. So this book has a 4.03 Goodreads rating, but then this one I'm gonna take with a grain of salt because Dracula is an all-time classic. It is, of course, a standalone. And it is perfect if you want to get your goth slash vampire core vibes going on. So for my last book recommendation of today, following the vampire vibes, we have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, which is a huge book. Like, it is very, very, very huge. I've heard good things about this one. It is a vampire book. It has multiple vampires, and I believe they are all like really cool women. So that's what got me into it. It's from V.H. Schwab, and she has some other really nice, good books. I believe this book is from 2 to 3 years ago, but I was really interested in it. I was craving something vampire-esque, and I feel like this one will be my next fix when I'm in this mood, maybe when I finally finish Dracula. Also, I haven't read this book, but it has good vibes. I mean, how can a book so big be bad? That is a horrible quote. Please don't use it. This book has a 3.9 Goodreads rating, and I am very interested in it. I can't wait to read about really cool vampire women from across the decades. I just really love it. Okay, so this was my last recommendation for today from this list of very unhinged, weird recommendations, but I hope that you found something interesting to read next, or not. And if you have read any of those books, I would like to know your guys' opinions, especially the ones I haven't read, so I know if I should read them or not, because I have too many books. I need to edit it. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I have been having like a little less time lately, and I have not been able to read a lot, but I am gonna finish some books now, and I will come with you guys in the near future with a nice little hate read, which I know is what you guys like to see, because you guys like to see me suffer. You guys like to make me relive Quicksilver every time I come in front of the camera. So don't worry, I will have a hate read in no time. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want, you can like and subscribe, and I try to post consistently, not that consistently, but I do try. I will be posting more next month. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.